Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Cat's Track. Thank you for subscribing, liking, and sharing this with your friends. Today's episode is with our friend Dan McLean. Dan was born in Red Deer, Alberta, where my family lives. A great little town, or city, I guess it is.
Yeah.
He's extremely proud of his three children who have never given him any grief, unlike what he did to his parents. They've all finished university, have good jobs, and have started families of their own. He's a very proud papa. Dan's mother passed away at the age of 68 of cancer, and his father, who is teacher, farmer, entrepreneur, sounds very much like my dad, is
Yeah.
nearing 80 and just finished his third novel. He has older brothers and a younger sister. Family is number one in Dan's books. What will also become extremely obvious is Dan's greatest passion is politics. Friends, you'll find his full bio attached. Dan, thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thank you for having me, Kat.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here. I'm looking forward to your three things. But first, what's been your greatest challenge in the last few months?
Well, I guess the elephant in the room is COVID. I mean, that's everybody's huge challenge right now. And maybe the challenge is because the rules keep changing. Everybody's kind of on edge. When it first came out, we were terrified. And then lockdown, and then masks are good, masks are bad. I guess in everybody's jobs, it's been a huge challenge. But I think what I find most frustrating or challenging is how it's been so politically weaponized. I'll use those words, where it seems like now that I've got quite involved in politics, as you mentioned, they're using this pandemic, it seems like to me, from my view, to garner votes or political power. The media, of course, is profiting from it. So that I wish we could maybe just have a consensus that if there wasn't maybe that political slant, I'd be happier. No one's going to be happy with the situation, but again, I think I see the political party, especially, and again, also a shot at the Trudeau government right now, where they seem to be doing a lot of changes, throwing a lot of money at this pandemic, but then also trying to do a lot of, maybe they call it the Great Reset now, or different things that I think we should be concerned about. Keep our eye on what's going on while we're also concerned about this pandemic, that we don't lose our personal freedoms. We all want to be safe, but at the same time, we have to protect our economy and again, respect people's individual rights.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's what it seems to be dividing people. You're left or right, race, white or black, or quit that. Let's all work together. So I guess that's my biggest challenge, is just with the COVID, is how the media, big tech, everybody, let's just all work together. I'll leave it at that.
It's very polarized, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. And what are your three things, Dan?
Okay, well, the most obvious is, now that you had mentioned I'm getting in politics, I was in business my whole life, raised your family, but now I have decided to run for city council in Calgary's Ward 13. So that'll be number one, is I'm going to, and I guess it's, you can't formally file your nomination papers till January. I think most people that are considering a run have mentioned it, or are actively doing some campaigning, putting some feelers out, dropping some literature, gaining some data from, or just the concerns of people at the area. So Ward 13 is Woodbine, Woodlands, Canyon Meadows, Silverado, Yorkville, Belmont. Those are new communities. Millrise, don't want to forget anybody. Somerset, Shaughnessy, Evergreen, Bridlewood. It's huge, like 150-some thousand people, approximately. So that would be my number one thing, is I am running for city council. So I think we need to see change there.
Okay. And number two?
And number two, then we'll just keep rolling with the city council stuff. I guess some issues. I think when I decided to get involved, maybe call it the three reasons I saw, and again, not to make it all political, but I did see Trudeau, Notley, and Nenshi. We had three people in power that I disagree with a lot of their policies. So I decided to get involved municipally. I think is where somebody can maybe be most effective. You're looking at your own backyard, issues that you might be able to affect rather than some large party. And so number two, I guess, would be city issues, where I see Mayor Nenshi and some other city councils not focusing on what I think would be the core issues of the city, which would be fixing roads and potholes, garbage removal, sanitation. Instead, they seem to be, defunding the police. That makes no sense to me. I'll defend the police. Speed limits, again, a couple of issues I guess I'll use my time to talk about, where I don't think there's a big problem going on right now with 50 and 30, but they want to spend a lot of time. And I guess, Kat, what I see is this city council spending a lot of time and money focusing on issues that maybe aren't big problems that they should be focusing on. And a lot of infighting, where you'll see them not getting along, then they'll go in camera. They do far too much of that. And then I think the mayor and other people bully everybody into consensus, and then they come back out. And again, they're focusing on, again, I want to see municipal issues. We have a $4 billion budget for this city. It's a corporation. So I would like to see, in all politics, maybe less lawyers, Jonathan Dennis, so like that, more business people, Kat, people that maybe ran a business and know what a balance sheet looks like, because that's what the city should be looking at. It's a huge corporation. And so when I see them appointing a climate change czar, now that's not really a municipal issue, or an anti-systemic racism, person. And these are hundreds, six-figure salaries with big staffing budgets. And not that I don't care about those issues, but I think those are issues maybe left better for the province or for the federal governments, instead of the city to be focusing on it. They take our tax dollars, just use them wisely, and do your jobs and take care of those kind of things. So having said all that, that is my rant on my municipal politics, running for city council with the changes I want to see. And at the end of the day, I think that'll wrap up my I don't know if there's three things in there, but hopefully there was at least three.
Yeah. No, that's awesome, Dan. Thank you for sharing your perspective. And what about the opportunity that you see, or the legacy, or anything like that that you'd like in closing?
Okay, legacy. I always joke that after getting into politics, a legacy, I'd like to see a park named after me. And the reason why, there's some seriousness in there. When I was a young child growing up after Red Deer, I was born and raised in Camrose, another beautiful small city. And Rudy Swanson was a longtime mayor, and they had a Rudy Swanson Park I would play with, and everybody, I thought, well, how cool is this that, there's a park named after this fellow. So I joke about it, but when I get into politics, it's for legacy. Of course, that would be nice, but you want to leave something behind, be effective. Another little quick story, I guess, I'll bring in with politics and legacies. And we talked about my father earlier. He ran way back in the 70s. I would have been just a teenager, 12, 13 years old, for federal politics. And he had the farm. He was a teacher and had his fingers in all sorts of things. And he lost the nomination by 20 votes. And I remember campaigning with him. And I knew then I really liked politics, because I'd always be just right there in the front lines with him. And we lost, and I was crying. And my father said, don't worry about it. It's probably for the better. He says, maybe what I'll do, because he was fairly young in his 30s, I'll wait till I raise the family, and I've got the farm and my career and my wife and kids to take care of. And then maybe later I will run and have some more time and energy and perspective to throw at it. So I guess that's where I've looked at it. For the last 30 years, you raise your family, started a good, successful business, worked really hard, ups and downs, hard knocks. We've all been there. But now that that's in the rearview mirror, I like to run. I'm not a spring chicken. I'm on the back nine, but I would like to devote some time. And so for the legacy, to try to do some good, because at the end of the day, when I talk about politics being a division, again, we're living in the best city, the best province, and the best country. We all get along. Everybody loves being here. Calgary's fantastic. And I think we all know people from all sorts of backgrounds, and we all get along great. So I think politics, if somehow we could just focus on the jobs that need to be done and quit dividing people for political gain, and who knows, we'll see what happens. But the legacy at the end of the day is just to do some good. I'm not in it for a pension or a paycheck, but I think we see far too many politicians. Well, we've all seen the kind of, I was almost going to swear there. I don't know if that's allowed, but yeah, I guess, Kat, to wrap that up, the legacy would just be able to work hard, dedicate the next chapter of my life into politics and do some good.
Oh, well, thank you for your service, Dan, and thank you for sharing your perspective today. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much, Kat. This is fun. First interview ever.
Wow.
And, I enjoyed the hell of it.
Oh, well done. That's awesome. Thanks for joining us today.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Everyone, Dan McLean. Check out what his platform's all about and see if you're aligned. Enjoy the rest of your day and have a great weekend as well.